Look at this, but more important, look at me. And then look at you, and then look at me again. I'm lost. I'm lost in the sauce. What's up, everybody? Today we're making an incredible aguachile rojo. This one is one of my favorites. I wanted something fresh, something vibrant, something spicy, and this one hits on all levels. It takes some dried chiles, some citrus, some beautiful shrimp, and it turns it into the best snack for a party. Let's make aguachile rojo. All right, for our shrimp, we're just gonna butterfly it. We've already peeled it. It's deveined. We got the shells in a pot. We're gonna make a broth with it. The shrimp itself, we're just gonna take them and then get them kind of straightened out here and just almost cut all the way through them with a knife. And then what you'll get is this like nice little butterfly here. And some of them are gonna have a little bit of like a vein on the other end of it. Don't worry about that. You can pull it out with some tweezers. So what you want is to get them like even, plain, level, and you're just kind of like splitting them open. Just take a sheet tray, all right? And you're just gonna take your shrimp and line them up. And you're just gonna keep doing this until you fill up your tray. All right, we have our shrimp butterflied here. The reason why we want to cut them like kind of butterflied out is because we're creating more surface area, and it's going to make it easier for our limes to do their job, which is to quote unquote cook our seafood. It's going to basically like marinate it. So we're going to get some lime juice on there, and I'm just going to eyeball mine, but the recipe will be linked below. So I like rolling my limes between my hands here on the cutting board. It kind of releases some of the juices in there. I've heard people microwaving them before too, but I don't think I've ever microwaved a lime. I don't think I've ever gotten to that point in my life where I need to microwave a lime. I'm not against it. I would definitely microwave a lime if the situation called for it. But so I'm gonna do this to all my limes here. And I have the shrimp here laid out on a sheet tray. I'm gonna season this generously with salt. This is very important. Gonna do some pepper on mine. Just fresh cracked black pepper. All right, so we're gonna get our limes cut up. This is the start of our aguachile. Now, there's a lot of people out there that will make their aguachile, they just mix the shrimp with like whatever acid or juice that they're using, and then they eat it right away. Personally, I like to cook mine a little bit more. So I'm gonna let this marinate for my liking, which is about 45 minutes to an hour, but it depends on a lot of different factors. Usually that's around the time I like. It's all preference. You can cook the shrimp more, less, whatever you want. I could do it. Like I've had shrimp nigiri, but it's a textural thing. It's a little too creamy for me. It's raw shrimp isn't my steez. Sorry. But if you like raw shrimp, hey, more power to you. I'm just doing it the way I like to do it, and I like to eat it. Okay, so I'm gonna get a little bit of red onion sliced up here. I'm gonna take the core out a little bit. Core out a little bit. It's either you do or you don't, man. All right, there you go. So I'm just julienne this. Okay, that looks good to me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lay some of this red onion on top of the shrimp, like this. And that's just gonna flavor the shrimp and give it some additional dimension. The cucumber does go on this dish. I've seen people put cucumber at this stage, but I like saving the cucumber till the end. I just feel like it does a little bit better when it's fresh. All right, so we're doing about a half an onion here. And this way, we don't have to use as much raw onion later on, and this is gonna cook and give it a beautiful flavor. That's what we want on this channel. That's a C-sharp minor on the 5th. That's something you guys don't know about me. I have a keen ear for music and other things. Also, I can hear the ice cream truck from like 3-block radius, so little fun fact about me. Never ran for it though, obviously. We're squeezing limes on this. Fresh limes are key. This dish is for sure reliant on freshness. And I like putting more lime juice at this stage because that means I get more juice inside of the aguachile that we're gonna make later, because we're gonna use this liquid to make the rest of our aguachile, and you really want that beautiful shrimp and onion flavor, all that salt, all that pepper. You want that in the broth. I'm calling it a broth, but it's aguachile, okay? I always say broth. Broth is a great word though. I like broth. Look at this, but more important, look at me. And then look at you, and then look at me again. I'm lost. I'm lost in the sauce. Our shrimp are limed up. They're limed up. They've never been limier in their lives. So we have fresh lime juice over shrimp that's been seasoned with salt, pepper, and some red onion. This is gonna go in the fridge for about 45 minutes to an hour until I kind of like the doneness. But again, do it to your liking. Another thing, There's some people that just don't vibe with raw seafood. I understand. You can definitely, it's sacrilegious in some parts of Mexico, but you can definitely kind of blanch this like you would in a cóctel de camarón. So you can blanch it in some seasoned water, shock it right away, and then do this process. Obviously, cure it a lot less time, but this is gonna hang out in the fridge for about an hour. See you in a bit. All right, because I bought shell-on shrimp, I wanna make sure that I maximize all the flavor. So in this pot, I have the shrimp shells. All I'm gonna do is add a little bit of water to this, okay? We're gonna cover it, and we're gonna cook this for about 4 minutes only until the shrimp shells turn like orange, pink, whatever, until they're cooked. So once it comes up to a simmer, it's pretty much done. We're gonna pull it off the heat, let it steep for about 30 minutes, and then we're gonna work on the rest of our broth. Okay, so we're gonna talk about the aguachile and what's gonna make the spicy broth that we're making. So we have a couple of chiles here. We have chiltepín. This is a small, kind of rare to find pepper from the north of Mexico. One of my favorites though, you'll see it in states like Sonora, Chihuahua, all those northern states, and it's honestly one of my favorite chiles. Chile de árbol, this is very, very Jalisco. This is gonna give us all the spice in this broth, and it's more commonly found. So if you can't find the chile chiltepín, you can sub in a little chile piquin as well. And then finally, I love the color that guajillo brings to the whole aguachile. And this is a milder chile. So if you're thinking about this dish, guys, it literally translates to chili water, aguachile. So it's gonna be spicy. All right, if you guys can't do spice, maybe this isn't your dish. But if you really want to try this, you can definitely kind of swap out some chiles. Maybe bump up the amount of guajillos in there and only do a little bit of chile de árbol, but you know, do it to your liking. I'm just showing you how I'm making mine right now. Okay, so the only prep we need to do for this really is put out a towel and de-seed our guajillo chile. So we're gonna take this and just kind of, you guys have seen me do this before, I think. Okay, and then just knock out all the seeds. They can get bitter. It's not a lot of heat in the seeds, but they can get bitter, and I just like don't want to blend this too much. And look, this nice and clean, looks great. And then what you do is just get them into smaller, manageable pieces. Really, you just want to get them around the same size of the chile de árbol, just so they kind of cook at the same time, same temp, all that jazz. Yeah, it looks great. Okay, cool. Done there. All right, that's our prep for the aguachile. For the rest of our flavorings in our broth, I already measured everything out, but I'm using some clamato. This is a product that I really like in cocteles, aguachiles and stuff. It's gonna give us a lot of umami, salinity, but also like tomato flavor. I'm using some soy sauce. I have some Yamasa soy sauce. It's one of my favorite brands to use. You could dilute it, you can do whatever you want, but I'm using this, okay? And then this salsa here is classic for mariscos, salsa huichol. Salsa huichol is one of my favorites. I think it's from Nayarit. I think it's from Nayarit, which is a huge state for seafood. And last but not least, I'm using jugo magi. These are all flavoring agents that are gonna provide us like a very nice umami round flavor. Anyway, using this to flavor my aguachile, I highly recommend you do too. All right, on a comal, we're gonna heat this up over medium heat, okay? And we're gonna drop on it our chiles and our garlic. We're using some garlic in its peel. We're gonna put it right in the center because that's where the flame's at. This could take all that direct heat. And I'm just gonna put a little roast on these on the comal. Chiltepín goes down, chile de árbol goes down, okay? And our guajillo goes down. There we go. Wonderful. And before you do this, make sure nobody's in your house, because I've woken up many Sunday mornings to my mom making chilaquiles or any kind of food, and she's smoking out the house with her chiles. You can use a spoon for this, but like in Oaxaca, they have like little brushes for their comal, which I like. I need one, but I use a towel. It's like a nice little move. I say that so much. I'm sorry, guys. Look at that. These look and smell amazing. Yeah. That's about the point when you start getting choked out that they're pretty much done. All right, I'm pulling these off. It's gonna get spicy in here. Make sure you get all. Oh my God, we're fine. You're fine, I'm fine, we are fine, we're fine. It's good, we're good. So the garlic is beautifully blackened and tender. You can see this. You're just gonna take it and peel it, get rid of the peel, and then we're gonna save it, and then we're just gonna make our broth, guys. Look at that, it's wonderful, it's fragrant. It's everything its parents wanted it to be. So we're gonna start building this. We still have about like 30 minutes on the shrimp. Again, we're putting that lime juice that marinated the shrimp in here for our aguachile. It's gonna make it so delicious. So we're going in with our toasted chiles. Again, we're using guajillo, árbol, and chiltepín. And then we have our ajo tatemado, our roasted garlic. We have our clamato, the tomato juice or tomato cocktail, whatever they advertise it, whatever. It's delicious. We have jugo Maggi going in. A little bit of soy sauce as well. I might have gotten those mixed up. That last one I know was Maggi. The texture was thicker. Thick with two C's. Does it remind you of somebody? And the last but not least, huichol. And if you wanted to use like another Mexican hot sauce of your choice, do it. Do it. Absolutely do it. There you go. This is what we have here. We're gonna use our shrimp broth as kind of like the water in here. And then again, the lime juice coming off the shrimp's gonna go in here. We're gonna puree it. Guess what? Aguachile. Done. This is one of the easiest recipes I'm probably sharing with you, but it's all these little moves that come together to make our dish that. Whatever that technical term is up here. All right, guys, we're gonna work on the garnishes for the aguachile. Nothing serious. We're just gonna use some red onion, some cucumber, some avocado, and some cilantro. Keeping it real simple, okay? But these are all ingredients that are gonna make our aguachile just a little bit better, okay? We're gonna start with the onion. We don't need much, but we want to julienne it for sure. There we go. Onion goes in. Chile serrano, as if this dish needed any more spice, but this is gonna be like a nice little look at the end of the dish. Guys, if you don't want extra spice, you don't need to put it in there. But again, the dish is called aguachile. Let's eat a little spice. Let's feel alive a little bit. We'll do the avocado. How's it look? Oh, it looks good. I like it. I like it. Not the most perfect cut. I've messed that up, but who's judging? That looks awesome. So now we're gonna scoop this guy out, doing the best that we can to get it as beautiful as possible. I might have messed that one up already. Let's see. Yeah, a little lopsided. It kind of looks like the back of my head. So here, I'm just gonna do like little, nice little cuts, and then you can do whatever you want. But I'm gonna try to get them. Man, these guys are. This is a slippery boy. You're just gonna keep moving it out like so. Just move it, and then move it out this way. This is what the kind of the look that we're going for, and then you can start turning it. Start turning. Can we do it a little bit more? There we go. That looks relatively presentable. I'm trying to curve this other end in. I should have gone longer. Let's look at that. Boom. Got our little avocado flour. Oh, nailed it. Probably didn't nail it. I'll probably get good at it later in my life. I'll just be an old man doing avocado flowers on the side of the road. Grow a beard, unrecognizable, but you'll know it's me. Yeah, I have like the aura. You know, we like meet eyes, you know, and we just kind of like look at each other and like, yeah, I know this guy from somewhere. I love the cut of his jib, you know, something like that. It's a dumb dream that I think about sometimes. You don't have to do this. It's just nice to do. People like it. Your guests come over, they're like, this guy, he thinks about stuff. He likes to think about things. All right, let's go in with some cucumber. All right, we got like 20 minutes. We're looking good. There it is. This is just gonna make our dish look nicer, guys, okay? That looks good. I'm gonna put these off to the side. If you wanna take these coins and like, you know, do this little move to somebody, you're walking into a club, just hand them like a fistful of cucumbers, like, hey, appreciate you. Say hi to Johnny Cucumber for me. All right, guys, our shrimp broth is relatively cool, okay? But we don't, you know, it's fine if it's not completely cool. So we're gonna drop some of this into our blender. I have a strainer fit over the top of this thing. Love it. Okay, you'll have a little bit left over. You can strain that off and use it to adjust it as you need. If you want a little bit less lime flavor, more kind of the shrimp flavor. Because again, this dish is about both things. It's aguachile, it's the broth that's very vibrant, but it's also about the shrimp. So this is just giving us a little bit added shrimp flavor. So again, some people don't do this move. If you don't want it, don't do it. I'm sure there's people from Mazatlan that are looking at this like, that's not how you do it, but there's some people from Mazatlan that I've seen that are friends of mine that do it this way. So who knows? Who's right? Who's wrong? I don't know. All right, it's been almost an hour on the shrimp marinade, so you can kind of see the onion is like almost pink now. The shrimp is changing color, texture has changed for sure. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take all this marinade and put it into the rest of our ingredients in our blender, blend it up, and that'll be the aguachile. Guys, if you made it this far in the video, please give it a like, subscribe if you can, share it with your friends because I want to keep making these videos for you. Head to my blog for all my recipes. It's linked down below. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the content. But yeah, let's get back to it. So we're gonna take our marinade and just being careful, get it over the edge like that. And we want to get most of this in there. All right, this smells incredible. The shrimp look nice. Again, do them to your liking. I mentioned earlier, there's people that like them raw. Do your thing. I just like mine this texture. They're still raw-ish, but they're a little more firm. I just enjoy the texture thing. It's a texture thing for me. It's not even a flavor thing. It's very much the texture. Okay, so we're gonna take the marinade into the blender. Secure the lid, secure the bag also. We'll start blending it. Low speed. Now we're gonna crank it up. That looks great. Color's awesome. All right, I'm gonna get this out of the way. And now it's time to taste the aguachile. Make sure it's good. This is delicious. It's garlicky, it's spicy, it's like well seasoned with the soy sauce and Maggi. And again, at most mariscos places, they're gonna have jugo Maggi on the table, maybe some like extra hot sauce that you can put on there, but this is a plenty flavorful dish already. All right, we're gonna start plating our aguachile. I'm gonna start by putting my cucumbers down. So I'm gonna take my cucumbers and just get them kind of shingled out all around the plate, make them look nice. Wonderful, looks great. Okay, second up, we're gonna go in with our avocado. There we go, we're in the middle. Boom, avocado down. All right, now we're going in with our shrimp, okay? So we're just gonna take a bunch of these guys. And this recipe feeds, you know, as an appetizer, feeds a good amount of people. But if you like to put more on there or less on here, it's up to you. Okay, we have their beautiful shrimp down on our plate, okay? Some extra red onion in there. We'll do some cilantro leaves in there. It's gonna make it look nice. Beautiful and nice. A little move that I do is a little bit of olive oil on the shrimp. Why? It's because olive oil is gonna provide some fat, and this is really spicy. It's gonna provide some relief. Optional, some people don't do it, but I'm gonna put a little bit of olive oil around like this, like so. Now our aguachile goes on the shrimp. Ready? Look at that. There you go. Wonderful aguachile goes down. Look at the color on that too. There. Look at that color. It looks so good. And then el toque final. I'm gonna do a little bit more aguachile on that guy here. It's a touch on the top. There we go. Lovely. That looks great. Okay. And then we're gonna arrange these nice. We're just gonna do some serrano chilies on each one. Extra bit of spice. Totally optional. It just looks cool. And then we're just gonna take a little bit of salt and season our avocado, season our shrimp a little bit more. That's it. This is our aguachile. Dunzo. All right, guys, I'm gonna get down on this. This looks incredible. So to a tostada, I'm gonna add a little bit of mayonnaise. Don't judge me. Trust the process. Some people are looking at this right now being like, mayonnaise is seafood. There are no rules, okay? They're just vibes. We're running on vibes, all right? And we start building our tostada. So we're gonna take some of the shrimp. Look at this. Oh my God. This looks so good, okay? Incredible. All right, now we're gonna grab a little bit of cucumber, right? That looks great. And then, of course, el oro verde, aguacate. Here we go, look at this. And this presentation is cool because people could kind of just make them as they want. It's a good shareable dish too. I like a lot of red onion on mine, so I'm gonna be greedy with the red onion. I'm gonna take some of this aguachile, throw that on top. Look at that. Look at that. Are you joking? All right, it's gonna be messy, but I'm down. My mouth is watering. My mouth is water. Estoy babeando. Listo. For me, the shrimp is at its perfect texture. Hour of marinade in the fridge. Absolutely perfect. No notes. Zero notes. This is so good. Also, the mayonnaise and the olive oil help kind of coat your palate. You're not dying of like acid and spice. You have like some relief. The avocado plays in too. So this whole dish is kind of working together to do this amazing thing that just makes it such a great bite. Honestly, guys, one of my favorite things to eat in the summertime. It's getting hot out. Highly recommend making aguachile. Cheers, this is delicious. Guys, this has been my version of Aguachile Rojo. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. More importantly, I hope you guys liked the recipe. Head to my blog for all my recipes. It's linked down below. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you can. Share it with your friends. We appreciate you guys being part of the community. Drop down below with your comments, questions, concerns. It's been incredible watching you guys kind of chat together. Loved the conversation. But yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.